for Alabama against Oklahoma in the college football playoff. Here are thoughts from Bama Central's Katie Wyndham.
Some guys that have been dealing with injuries that needed time to just rest and be off their feet for a couple of days that you just can't do in the middle of the grind of an SEC schedule when you're fighting for a playoff spot. You can't really sit out. I think we saw that against Eastern Illinois. Maybe some guys sit out and try and rest that game, but then you're right back in it with Iron Bowl. You're right back in it with the SEC title, and they can't rest. So they've been able to get a little bit of rest, even though Alabama has like the shortest break of any playoff team, just with playing in the conference championship weekend and then playing on Friday. But and then I think there also has been a mental reset because it was obviously not the strongest finish to the season. You're coming off probably your worst performance of the season and weren't necessarily playing your best before that. But I think this team has shown us at times this year that they can beat and compete with anyone in the country. And so I think having that mental and physical reset is going to be good for them.
I'll have more in moments.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. During your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
We've got you covered tonight for Alabama against Oklahoma in the college football playoff first round. Our coverage from Norman begins at 4 p.m. Central across our full radio network and the Varsity Network app, leading you up right to kickoff at 7 p.m. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by the Good Feet Store. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
And just like that, like we like to say, we're back. We're live. We're off. We are running. It is 34 degrees in the Rocket City. Your high today is 48. And don't worry, it will warm up. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're going to be in the 50s. How about Wednesday? We're going to be in the 60s. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So warmer weather is around the corner. Talent Heating and Air can help you stay warm. 256-503-4490. TalentHVAC.com. Find them online. Thomas, Terry, Jeremy. Good folks. They're live. They're local as well. Don't forget, $49 can get you a tune-up. TVA will get you $50 in a rebate, so you will make $1 if you need to get that tune-up done for your heating and air system. Drew DeArmond getting ready to leave. He is not with us here this morning, and that's a shame because we have a lot of good stuff. A lot of people still believe that Kalen DeBoer is going to Michigan. A lot of people believe it, and we're going to let you hear it here in a little bit. But Steve Moulton, kind enough to wake up with me. Well, not wake. That sounded really awful.
Didn't it?
But we are on the road in Clinton, Mississippi. And you put that with that, and it sounds even worse. We are in the road in Clinton, Mississippi. Yeah. But Steve Moulton filling in for Drew DeArmond this morning.
There are 2 beds, okay? All right. Just to clarify to folks.
I had to think about that
no.
for a minute. But Steve Moulton, kind enough to scratch Drew's back this morning.
That's right. I'm doing Drew a favor this morning. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. I appreciate Drew filling in for me the other day. For when we were driving
on
down
Wednesday,
here to Clinton.
Yeah.
That's right. And I could not have hosted. So I really appreciate that. And heard the interview with Corey Reamer from the Crimson Tide Sports Network. I really enjoy Corey's work more than anything. And he is very knowledgeable. And here we are, finally, day of game. It feels like we've been talking about Alabama, Oklahoma for what, about 2 weeks, it feels like.
We have. And Alabama taken some time off before getting back to the practice field. And that time off has let them become as healthy as they can be. They will get some pieces back tonight. Josh Cuevas will be back on the field tonight. Jam Miller will be back on the field tonight. Cam Dewberry will be back on the field. So, I mean, there are guys that they were missing in the SEC championship game. And like we have said this whole week, no football team in the college football playoffs, Miami, Texas A&M, Tulane, Ole Miss, and Oregon, they're not going to be 100% healthy. You're going to be as healthy as you can be.
Yeah.
But for Alabama, the good news is you've got pieces coming back that you've counted on all season that can help you against an Oklahoma. But here, think about this, and I saw this morning, that everybody says, and Drew thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game. Grady the Greek thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game. But I think every time we think that, opposites happen.
Well, I need to look up the weather forecast for Norman today because
Gusty winds.
We've been told high winds. And that does make me think that throwing the football is going to be even more compromised. And if that's the case, then
you think so?
Which poor running game is going to be the less awful than the other? Both Oklahoma and Alabama have not run the ball worth a flip,
right?
So far this year, and yeah, Oklahoma has a great defense. Alabama has come on here lately defensively. Yeah, it didn't look all that great against Georgia, but good news, Alabama, you're not playing Georgia today. You're playing Oklahoma. So this is the way the bracket is set up, and the winner gets Indiana in the Rose Bowl, and let's just tee it up. Now, special teams-wise, you'd have to give the edge to Oklahoma. You would have to. As inconsistent as Alabama has been in that regard, you would have to. But if this game plays out like anything that we saw in Tuscaloosa, then Alabama's got more than a puncher's chance.
Ty Simpson threw for 326 yards and a touchdown in that first matchup. Alabama outgained Oklahoma 406 to 212.
Yeah.
Does Ty Simpson throw for more than 326 yards in the second matchup? Because if he throws for 326 yards, then you would think he possibly has one, maybe two touchdowns in this ballgame. Now, getting touchdowns against an Oklahoma defense has been tough.
Yeah.
And we talked about that earlier this week. But does Ty Simpson throw for over 300 yards in the second matchup?
Well, I have, by the way, it's 27 degrees in Norman, Oklahoma. Does that make you feel any better this morning? Goodness gracious. And now, quarterback for quarterback, I've gone into every way, even the one earlier. This was when Mateer was still recovering from hand surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard more, and I had a chance to talk to Trevor Mattich last night on the drive, and he said he would pick Mateer over Ty,
right,
as a quarterback, and I surprised me a little bit right there, because Ty at his healthiest, but that's the thing, we don't know how honestly hurt both of them are heading into this one. So decision making, can the offensive line give him like 3 seconds? I don't know. It doesn't seem that way from what we just saw. Georgia's defensive pressure was not all that spectacular this year, but it certainly caused a lot of problems. But taking a look, let's see here.
Josh Cuevas, by the way, is back in the lineup. And you say we don't know how healthy like Ty is. Josh Cuevas had 6 passes, 80 yards, and a touchdown. He had the lone touchdown in that game against Oklahoma.
Okay.
And he's back in the lineup. But here's where I'm going. If Ty Simpson can throw for 300 yards and Alabama's running game does what it normally, I don't expect a -3. I don't think Oklahoma's defense is as good as Georgia's.
You don't? I think Oklahoma's might be the best in the nation. I do. I think Oklahoma may have the best defense in the nation. So this is why they're here. This is why they're. This is
right.
They are just that suitcase that is packed for Oklahoma has nothing but defensive studs on it more than anything. So I think Oklahoma brings a lot from a defensive standpoint, and this is what honestly, in my opinion, scares a lot of Alabama fans. Is the fact of if the Georgia defense did that to us, what is the Oklahoma defense going to do? And the fact that it's a road game too, and I mean we're right on the doorstep of the potential. Now, if we play worst case scenario, and Alabama just looks like they did against Georgia from the last time we saw them, this would mark 2 years in a row where the ending just looks awful. Remember the bowl game last year against Michigan?
Yeah.
It's,
and the rationale with the bowl game was Alabama had a lot of opt-outs.
That's a fact.
They were not healthy in that bowl game at all. And they were deflated because they did not get into the college football playoffs.
That's right.
And so, do you take that into account, the performance of the bowl game last year? Michigan went into that bowl game, and no disrespect to Michigan, but they played it like it was the national championship game. Alabama was one of those teams that had.
Doesn't that team look a lot different since the last couple of days?
Yeah. So, Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah,
remember Brent Venables last year was on the high. Oklahoma had a disappointing season last year. Brent Venables' name gets vaulted up to the hot board and to the hot seat.
Then hires Jim Nagy.
And then he goes out though and gets John Mateer and John Mateer's head coach, or gets his offensive coordinator. Gets his offensive coordinator and brings him over to Oklahoma, and it reinvents their offense. The defense does what Brent Venables' defense has always done, even when he was at Clemson, and that is play very well.
Yeah.
And so now he is in the first round of the playoffs. Kalen DeBoer, you mentioned the ending the last season. Who needs it more? Who needs tonight's game more, Kalen DeBoer or Brent Venables?
I know what Alabama fans are saying, but
Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah. And this quiet narrative that's turning into a low murmur about this, he answered the question, I thought, pretty bluntly, because he was asked 2 different times in the Monday press conference. Do Alabama fans want Kalen DeBoer to leave? Because if you truly want Kalen DeBoer to leave, I'd love to know, A, who you want, and B, why do you want him to leave?
256-576-4977. Let's just see if anybody will take the pulse. Do Alabama fans really want Kalen DeBoer to leave, or are you really happy with what he has done during his time at Alabama?
Because I keep reading, and you do too.
Yes.
And seeing this it's if this story just won't die, even if he has already said, our family loves it here in Tuscaloosa. I mean, we can all say it verbatim, but I keep hearing, and you do too.
My co-host believes that these are idiots that have no idea about Alabama football, that just want to hear themselves talk.
I would like to believe that is the case, but.
So here, let's see if this will work. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Here's Michael Wilbon. This leads into this. Michael Wilbon.
I mean, this is another. Wouldn't you say Wilbon is a credible media source?
Yes.
Quarterbacks all transfer. Who gives a damn? 80% of them transfer.
Well, Indiana
they
cares.
all transfer. They all do, so it doesn't
Indiana
matter.
cares.
Let me tell you about a coaching. Let me tell you about two guys that could be on the coaching carousel, or two schools that could be in the coaching carousel after tonight. Okay? Because when Alabama loses to Oklahoma, let me say it again. When Alabama loses to Oklahoma, the coach of Alabama, half the people in the state will want to run him out, and he'll be on a carousel.
Gosh, I wish Drew was here right now.
That's a G5 being flown to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where he has said, oh, no, I ain't got no interest in that. He'll have interest later tonight. And then Alabama will be in the coaching carousel.
Tomorrow night.
They'll be tomorrow. They'll be looking
tomorrow.
for a coach.
There's 20 here.
Friday, who cares?
Right. Right.
The Alabama coach
is
going to have a job on the line situation in 24 hours and then headed to Michigan once he loses. And then Alabama's looking, then what are you going to say?
There you go. That was Michael Wilbon yesterday.
I mean, gosh. Yeah. I really wish Drew was on the program right now.
Well, I know he's listening. Drew, if you want to call in and give us your thoughts on what you just heard there with Michael Wilbon, feel free to do so.
Or just call me. And, well, anyway. Yeah, call the radio station.
Call the radio station and let Brody put you through.
I feel like I should be knocking or something. Because it's that narrative right there that we keep hearing. Yep. Over and over and over.
Yep.
And I don't understand it. I mean, if you really take a look at the young players on this team and the amount of freshmen that have played on this Alabama team, you're 10-3.
Yep.
You're 10-3.
Yep.
And it's still not good enough.
Nope.
Still not good enough. I hate to tell you, but guess what? The days of Nick Saban, I mean, there's a reason he retired when he retired. He knew what was coming.
We got to get our first break in. When we come back, phone lines are filling up. We'll get to Wolverine Dan. We got Hot Rod and all that and more. As we count down to tonight's Alabama-Oklahoma first-round playoff matchup. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
Well-informed truck and SUV buyers wait all year for this moment because they know the year-end deals are worth the wait. Hi folks, Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford, and these are the final days of our year-end sales event. We've got nearly 700 new Fords ready for you, and all 25 models come with an additional $1,000 final days bonus cash. Drive home with no payments for 90 days, plus get financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the 25 F-150, Explorer, Escape, Transit Van, and the Lightning. or choose one of our 0-down 36-month leases starting at just $349 on our most popular models. Plus 2 years of complimentary maintenance. First payment due at signing, no security deposit, plus tax, tag, title, and fees with approved credit. Offer ends 12/31. This is as good as it gets. No payments for 90 days, 0% for 60 months, and no money down, $349 leases. The end of the year is here, and we've got the deals that make that wait worthwhile. Only at Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Don Wessels, and we can't wait to see you.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID, and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15 at participating locations. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings. In New Market and Hampton Cove, and our new location, now open in Hartselle at 200 Main Street West, downtown.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
From 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Let's party!
No, wait a second. No. I'm going to call Brody out right here. I was really expecting, I hear the train coming. Come on now.
That's Drew calls that one out. Yeah.
If I was going to get called out yesterday, I'd just go ahead and own it there, Brody. Come on now.
Anyway, welcome back. 720, 97.7 ESPN The Zone, talking ball with you. 256-576-4977. The phone lines are open, and let's go out and visit with them real fast. Wolverine Dan with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. You know, what a perfect opportunity to have Judy Armand meltdown. Oh, God, I wish I could hear that. He's very entertaining when he does that.
Well,
Scott, you laugh your butt off there. I know you do.
Well, I do all the time because and that Michael Wilbon comment was like putting the ball on the tee and just saying, kick it away, brother, because, I mean.
Well, yeah, it definitely is. So what is the question? Does he stay or go? I mean, that's an easy question. I think it's an easy one.
Well, is Alabama fans happy with him?
Yeah.
It's not if you say are Alabama fans happy?
Is it because he doesn't have a Southern draw? I have no idea.
Where's the angst with Kalen DeBoer?
Or is this just media generated? Is there genuine? And I hear from Drew too. He calls it a 50-50 split that between Bama fans that would be happy and sad. In 50-50, I mean, goodness, you've got a guy who everybody else wants.
I don't want him, but I don't make the decision.
You don't want you wait. Come on, who do you want then? I mean,
you know what? I want the one guy who just retired from Utah. I want him.
Kyle Whittingham.
I like him.
He's like 80.
I know, but I like the guy. I think that's a coach. That's a description of a coach as far as I'm concerned. But look, this is Alabama,
really?
Okay?
Kyle Whittingham, by the way, has not gotten a team to the playoffs.
That's exactly what.
You got a Bear Bryant, Nick Saban. Come on, Gene Stallings was very good. So when you're used to eating a filet mignon versus a McDonald's double cheeseburger Happy Meal, that's the difference. Okay. and Bama people, which some are very reasonable, okay, but there are other ones that expect this, and just like you hear it on the commercial from Bear Bryant, I expect no less, okay, and that's exactly how the fan feels here. Doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it wrong. It's just what your reaction to that thought process and how you figure it out. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm very pleased with my program always, no matter where we're at. I just I love my program, and if you could go and go into it like that without having that I win everything or you got to go mentality, which that's probably DeBose. I call him DeBose. Knew that was happening. Okay, but you know what? With these coaches these days,
he's not Mike DeBose. Okay, he is not Mike DeBose. We lived through that. He is not Mike DeBose.
I do that just to stir it up. Anyway, what I'm saying is that DeBoer is knowing that, just like a lot of coaches, they got great agents. They sign a contract, so when they leave, if they get forced out, kicked out, there's a nice little cushion that's going to take care of him in many generations afterwards. So it's not such a bad deal, guys. And don't feel too sorry if he does get fired, because there's a nice, soft, comfortable couch he can sit on and the rest of his life and do quite well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard Trevor Maddich last night.
All right, Wolverine Dan, thanks for the phone call, bud. As well, we're full, so we're going to keep moving on here. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you heard Trevor Maddich last night on the drive, but I asked him, Indiana, Ohio State, or the field, and he said, just give me Ohio State. He thinks Ohio State's winning the national championship.
A lot of people think Georgia because of their performance in the SEC title game, how good they looked. And it's Kirby Smart that you don't bet against Kirby Smart this time of year. Let's get Hot Rod in real fast. Good morning, Hot Rod.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
I was going to agree with that. I could see Ohio State grinning it all this year. But going back to Kellen DeBoer, I'm one of the Bama fans that I'm split 50-50. Is if they lose tonight, it wouldn't hurt my feelings too bad because I don't think they deserve to be there. The team doesn't have any discipline. I go back to last year. If you look at the last year's game, almost every game they got out-coached. Their defensive coordinator, King Romack, he's way in over his head. Kellen DeBoer, as a head coach, has no discipline. This year he does show a little bit more emotion on the sideline, but he just has you look at him and he just has a deer in the headlight look on the sidelines, like he doesn't know what's going on most of the time. The offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, I'm really disappointed in him this year because I felt like after last year he would come in and spark the offense a little bit. But, when Ty Simpson's not having a good day, if he's hurt, put your backup quarterback in. You're already losing. Was it going to hurt to try a different quarterback to see if that sparks the offense? And this running up the middle, I get it. You got to run to set the tone a little bit, but when it's not working, go to the other plays.
It does
Hot Rod, those are some good thoughts. Thanks for the thoughts there, Hot Rod.
It does make me think that quarterback race that at least I was told that was very competitive.
Right.
Maybe wasn't as competitive as we were all thinking that it was.
So that was one of the questions that we had gotten after the SEC title game. We've had a few listeners call in and say, hey, how come you didn't try going to a Keelan Russell? How come you didn't try putting in an Austin Mack there in the SEC championship game? But here's the thing. If Ty Simpson wasn't having the time to throw the football, Austin Mack or Keelan Russell wouldn't have as much. They still weren't going to have the time to throw the football.
Unless you want to implement like the down the line option. I mean.
Yeah. All right. Let's get. I'd say. Go ahead.
I got one more comment. Well, when you say Ty Simpson doesn't have the time to throw the ball, that goes back to Ryan Grubb. If you look at the receivers, they're all running 20 and 30-yard routes, and nobody's running, a 5 or 10-yard route. There should be an escape every time for a blitz.
Right. Then there's that as well. No, you're right.
Gino Vandemar is an issue. He just and I used to have a problem with calling out kids' names, but they're getting paid now. So I mean, if Alabama's offensive line is going to be reliant again on Vandemar, then that's a problem. It is.
All right, guys, you have a good day. I appreciate the time.
Thank you. All right. So he is listening now. Drew DeArmond is listening.
You want to?
And I told him, I said, let's see here.
Morning, Drew.
Let's see here. I'll play it for you now.
Okay.
There we go. I'm going to play it for him now so he can listen to it. He says he was in the car packing for the trip. What did he say? And I'll play it for you now. We do this all the time. We talk about what we're doing when we're doing it. So here we go. I'll play. This was Michael Wilbon. Drew DeArmond was not listening. He was getting ready to go for his trip. So here it is again.
Quarterbacks all transfer. Who gives a damn? 80% of them transfer.
Well, Indiana cares.
All transfer. They all do. So it doesn't matter.
Cares.
Let me tell you about Let me tell you about two guys that could be on the coaching carousel, or two schools that could be in the coaching carousel after tonight. Okay? Because when Alabama loses to Oklahoma, let me say it again. When Alabama loses to Oklahoma, the coach of Alabama, half the people in the state will want to run him out, and he'll be on a carousel. Oh, wait, that's a G5 being flown to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where he has said, oh, no, I ain't got no interest in that. He'll have interest later tonight. And then Alabama will be in the coaching carousel.
Tomorrow night.
They'll be tomorrow. They'll be looking for a coach.
There's 20 here.
Friday. Who cares?
Right.
The Alabama coach is going to have a job on the line situation in 24 hours and then headed to Michigan once he loses. And then Alabama's looking. Then what are you going to say?
There we go. So hopefully Drew DeArmond heard that comment there.
I mean, if there are Bama fans that genuinely want Kalen DeBoer gone, one, I'd love to know why. Two, I'd love to know who you would hire as your next head coach.
Let's get our break in. When we come back, Bama Bino and Jerry, we will get to you on the phone lines, plus more phone calls, 256-576-4977.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. Below freezing temperatures expected for this Friday night across the Tennessee Valley. We'll see lows drop into the upper 20s, lower 30s across the area. Heading into Saturday, though, a much warmer afternoon. High temperatures will near 60 for the afternoon. Expect to see plenty of sunshine.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes, it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
But you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. Weekday morning starting at 9 a.m. on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Oh, welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond. Steve Moulton filling in for the illustrious Drew DeArmond. But the one and only Drew DeArmond, kind enough to join us via the Neighbors Wealth Management hotline real fast, because this has been a fun morning so far, and we've asked the question, you know what, Alabama fans, are you happy? Are you not happy with Kalen DeBoer? If you are, why? If you aren't, why as well? Because Michael Wilbon from Pardon the Interruption had this to say, and Drew is listening, and here you can listen to Michael. Here's what he had to say one more time. I know you guys over the air have heard it twice, but I want Drew to hear it.
Quarterbacks all transfer. Who gives a damn? 80% of them transfer.
Well, Indiana
they
cares.
all transfer. They all do, so it doesn't
Indiana
matter.
Cares.
Let me tell you about a coaching. Let me tell you about two guys that could be on the coaching carousel, or two schools that could be in the coaching carousel after tonight, okay? Because when Alabama loses to Oklahoma, let me say it again. When Alabama loses to Oklahoma, the coach of Alabama, half the people in the state will want to run him out, and he'll be on a carousel. Oh, wait, that's a G5 being flown to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where he has said, oh, no, I ain't got no interest in that. He'll have interest later tonight. And then Alabama will be in the coaching carousel.
Tomorrow night.
They'll be tomorrow. They'll be looking for a coach.
There's 20 here.
Friday,
It's tomorrow.
Friday, who cares?
Right.
The Alabama
it's good
coach
to see you're not angry
is
today.
going to have
calm.
a job on the line situation in 24 hours, and then headed to Michigan once he loses. And then Alabama's looking, then what are you going to say?
All right. One Drew DeArmond kind enough to join us. Good morning, bud.
Good morning. He's a Northwestern graduate, so he doesn't know what a football looks like, first of all. They've been to the Rose Bowl maybe twice in 1,000 years, had maybe 10 winning seasons total. He couldn't tell you who the athletic director is at Alabama without Googling it. He couldn't tell you who the president of the University of Alabama is when he just got hired and what university he came from without Googling it. And he probably couldn't even, he kept saying the coach, he probably doesn't even know it's Kalen DeBoer. So he's just talking to hear his head roll because he doesn't know what's going on. He never has. He's too busy cleaning LeBron's bathroom. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's doing. He's an NBA guy, bro, and that's all you need to know. So he doesn't have any right. He doesn't need to be talking college football. You know what I'm saying? That would be like if I wanted to talk NBA, because I don't. But I'm not stupid enough to try it. I'm going to talk about what I know about and what I like, and I'm going to talk college football.
Well, let's talk about what you know.
That's what
Let's.
Yeah.
What do you think of the matchup tonight? How do you really feel about this matchup tonight, Drew?
I got Bama 24-20. I think they're going to play one of their better games. If I were them, I would have already gotten tired of hearing the same mantra, especially about my coach, too, who I don't think is going anywhere. And see, the thing Will Bond and these other lazy media with Alabama, complain and talk about, these are the same dumbasses that told you Nick Saban was headed back to the NFL. Because I heard it when he got hired. He ain't never stayed in.
Or going to Texas. Remember he was going to Texas too, Drew.
He'll go back to the NFL in 2 years, or he'll go somewhere else. And then in 2013, and he did flirt with Texas. That is a fact. I know it. But, he made some calls. He realized that, there would not be one voice of Texas football because there's too many rich idiots, and that's why they haven't won any national championships. I mean, as few national championships as they've won for all the resources and money that they have, because everybody wants to be. And Nick Saban wants total autonomy. They weren't going to give him that. And so he decided to stay, and then we know what he did. He ripped off 15, ripped off 17, and then 20. He won 3 more, and he could have won 5. So, I mean, that's the thing. And the thing about it is, too, and again, Michael Wildline doesn't have a clue, is with Greg Byrne at Alabama, coaches want to stay there. They're given all the tools they need to win. That's why he's able to keep Rob Vaughn, pay him over $1 million. That's why Nate Oates is still there, even though he could have left 5 times. And I'm sure Mike Wilbon would need to Google Nate Oates. So, you know what I'm saying? But I just think overall that Alabama, if they can protect the ball tonight, if they can find a semblance of a running game, and if they can, and then if they can make a couple of explosive plays. In the last game, 2 explosive plays, the punt return and the pick six were by Oklahoma. Alabama needs to make those tonight. If they can make those, make a couple, and win the plus minus, because they've lost it 5-1 in the last 2 matchups with Oklahoma. If they can win the plus minus tonight and have some semblance of a running game, and if they do, that means they're going to win the time of possession like they did last time, then I think Alabama's going to win a close game. It's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be electric, and they're going to have to tough it out. And I think the offensive line actually played pretty well the last time also. But I'm not naive. I know they're not going to be able to keep Ty clean the whole game, but I do hope they do a few different things. Maybe use his legs, use him in the running game to help generate a running game, and then also move him a little bit in the pocket somewhat, especially with Brailsford being healthier. And so we'll see. But and I think Cuevas, I'm hearing ways that he'll play, but it'll be on a pitch count, and we'll see if they can make those, count. If the number of snaps he's on the field, if he can make some plays, that would be huge. And then, I'd like to see, Ryan Williams come off the milk cart. He needs to make one of those explosive plays because he's certainly capable of doing it, and hopefully he can do it tonight. But I just think Alabama, it's going to be a tough one. But if they can get to the mid-20s, I think they can win this game. I know that the point spread shifted from 1.5 Bama to 1.5 OU. It's basically a pick 'em. But if Alabama can do those little things, win the turnover battle, and they've done a better job with penalties lately, but win the turnover battle, make a couple of big plays, and then, in my opinion, if Alabama can have a semblance of a running game, I'm talking about maybe 110, 120 yards, even count, and that's counting sacks, because they had well over 100, but the sacks made it look like 80. But again, if they can protect the football, have a semblance of a running game, and win the turnover battle, then I think they can win a close.
If they look as bad as they did against Georgia, what will it look like tonight at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, Drew?
Well, I mean, there'll be a lot of people frustrated, but he doesn't deserve to be fired. I mean, they were without about 8 starters against Georgia, and Georgia was without a lot of guys too. He finished second in the SEC. He had the number 1 seed after the regular season, and he made the college football playoff and is in the top 16. If he wins tonight, he's in the Elite 8, and I'd like to see them do that just to shove it up everybody's rear end and shut them up. But if you don't, I know there'll be some people hollering, but the key people that matter are not, against Kalen DeBoer at all. There's always going to be, lunatic fans that don't understand and then, they're the same people that, Drew, Daniel Hill had 8 yards on the first 2 carries. Why didn't he carry the football again? Maybe that's because he's hurt. Okay? These coaches have common sense. They know what they're doing. They won 9 in a row for a reason. They're playing a good football team. But, I mean, I'm hoping they'll win the game just so, everything else will be gravy from this point when they play on New Year's Day against the supposed number 1 team in America. Right now, I guess they are. Indiana, they beat the Ohio State Suckeyes, so they must be. But if he does lose tonight, I think it will be in dramatic fashion. And again, the narrative that he's coaching for his job is absolutely asinine. Don't fire somebody that reaches the SEC championship game. It's never been done before, and it's not going to be done this time. That's not the environment and the. I mean, think about it. It's common sense. Alabama's taking a commitment from the transfer portal from Joshua Ford, a tight end from Oklahoma State, and they hired Derek Nix, their wide receivers coach. If he's on the hot seat, they're not doing any of this. Okay? So that's just lazy and stupid, and it's people that don't like Alabama, and it's people like Ryan Clark who's got PTSD from having his ass whipped so many times he's forgotten.
All right, bud. Well, safe travels to Orange Beach, and thanks for the thoughts.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right. Drew, kind enough to join us. See, yeah, we had to do that. All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, wrap up hour 1. We'll get back out to your phone calls, 256-576-4977. That's the number of the phone lines.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Announcing the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Baumhower's Bracket Challenge. Sign up now at our Facebook page, 977 ESPN, or just go to ESPN.com Fantasy. Click on the Bracket Challenge and search Baumhower's Bracket Challenge. Presented by 97.7 ESPN The Zone to get in. The grand prize, an overnight stay at the historic Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel. Dinner for 2 at Delphins. And a complimentary beverage and dessert at La Floriditas, Mobile's only Cuban-inspired speakeasy. The 97.7 ESPN The Zone Baumhower's Bracket Challenge. Sign up closes on the 19th, so get in today.
When the final whistle blows, the conversation is just getting started. Catch the Alabama Football Recap Show with Drew DeArmond and Steve Moulton on 97.7 The Zone. Brought to you by Dreamland Barbecue in Huntsville, proud title sponsor of the Recap Show. Because when it comes to football and ribs, everybody knows ain't nothing like them nowhere. Alabama football, Dreamland Barbecue, the perfect team.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. And with our Workhorse Special promotion, that new 255 CTL is just $73,655. But it's only good through December 31st. Prices increase in January, so lock in your savings now and take advantage of year-end tax benefits to maximize your investment. Don't wait. The best time to buy that new Cat 255 is today. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor. We're here for you.
The holidays are here, and so is the holiday pizzazz at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers. At Loring & Company, they know this season is all about family, time, and meaningful connections. And when it comes to finding that perfect gift, they make it easy, enjoyable, and unforgettable. Step into a sparkling world of the world's most desired jewelry brands, all in one place. Their friendly, experienced staff is ready to help you discover something extraordinary. Whether you're shopping for a spouse, a parent, a child, or treating yourself to a little festive shine, finding the right gift doesn't have to be stressful. At Loring & Company Fine Jewelers, it's a pleasure. They'll help you choose a piece that says exactly what you want it to say, beautifully. This holiday season, let the Loring family welcome you into theirs. Visit Loring & Company Fine Jewelers at 800 Airport Road in Huntsville and shop anytime at loringjewelers.com. Add a little holiday pizzazz to your celebrations at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama, located online at universitykia.com.
Welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Tyson, Steve Moulton sitting in for Drew DeArmond here on a Friday morning. Steve and I hanging out in Clinton, Mississippi for another couple hours. We'll be venturing up to Cleveland, Mississippi here later this morning after the show. UAH, by the way, did pick up a pair of wins on the road last night. The women extend their win streak as they knock off Mississippi College. The men have to sweat it out, but boy, oh boy, it was a tough one inside the Golden Dome. That's silver, by the way, over Mississippi College. So they get it done.
Yeah, it was boy, the women looked awfully efficient against Mississippi College, and you're right, the men just I got it done, but that is a much improved Choctaw basketball team. It was a pretty entertaining game.
All right. Finger another sender. There we go. Let's get back out to the phone lines real fast for a minute here. Let's get in. Let's get in. Bama Bino this morning from Sand Mountain. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. Steve hadn't called in when you'd been there. I just hadn't been calling in the evening, but I still respect you, and I know the listener family appreciates you and Scott and Drew and Wes for doing the hard work to keep us informed, and I hope you and your family and Scott and Drew too and Wes' family have a good Christmas.
Thank you, Bama Bino.
Yes, you too.
Likewise.
Okay, on the subject, I'm not, the older I get, I make a little more, I don't think, wise decisions and thoughts. Yeah, I'm not on the get rid of train or the board train. I have said a time or two that, he's got to fix some things. And I think he's so far has been slow to adjust. And it's obvious that Oklahoma has, they pretty well put a blueprint on the internet of how to beat Alabama. And the football field's 53 yards wide, and the majority of the play calls are to the right, and we always end up on the right hash mark. And when we run and throw screens to the right, all a defensive coordinator has to do is have their guys key on stringing the play out, and the sideline will make the tackle. I mean, they don't never go back with a gotcha moment with burning somebody to the left or switching it up. I can understand why they'd do that and then catch somebody off guard, but they don't ever do that. And the play selection, if everybody does what they're supposed to do and executes, there's very limited what he can accomplish, even if they do. So that the only way we won and are not 5 and 6 or whatever is we've got the turnovers during a game. The South Carolina and a couple others that gave us short fields and kept them off the field. And if we don't get 2 turnovers and strip the ball, knock the ball out, if Bray Hubbard or somebody doesn't, and I'm not saying anything short on them, they're doing their job. But if we don't strip the ball, get an interception, a pick six, or just create havoc with Mateer and just pressure him so much with blitzing, that's our only chance, because we know we can't or haven't been able to run the ball and don't have time for the receivers to get separation, and Ty doesn't have, time to really, and I know he's fell off a few. And of course, if they caught 2 of the balls that he did throw in the end zone, it's 21-28 game. You can't make the guys catch the ball. I think the receivers and some of the Hollywood people are just so distracted now at such a young age. They're not really focused on football, and not all of them. And I'm not painting them all with one brush, but I'd like to see us be more creative and coach football and teach blocking techniques better. They don't have the leverage. That's one thing on the line is leverage, and they don't slide their feet. And I think they're too heavy. So he's got to fix some things to get us more mobile in the blocking scheme too. If he can do that, no, I'm not on the automatic get rid of him. Who would we get? But eventually he's going to have to fix that. And I really don't know about Ryan Grubb. Just real quick, him and DeVore both. If you look at them on TV, they look like they're deer in the headlights. Somebody said it a while ago. They just don't look like they have any answers. But if they just try something different, flip a coin. But don't do the same thing that's not working. But I love you guys, and I still love football. I just hope that we can fix some things to where it doesn't change. Fundamentals is not going to change. And I just want us to work on that. I don't mind getting beat if we get beat on the field. But we got better players and they're getting beat. That kind of bothers me. But I love you guys, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. God bless.
Thank you, Bama Bino.
All right, thanks, Bama Bino, for the phone call. Love you too as well. And Drew DeArmond in all caps tells me, but what happened to the recruiting class and half of the roster, guys?
Yeah,
he's got a point.
Yeah,
he's got a point.
Yeah, it's
look, and Drew has said over and over, and it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. When Nick Saban, his last 2 years. Yes, he won a lot of national championships. And when you say, man, he's an unbelievable coach because he wins all these national championships, yes, it was. But Nick Saban's best coaching job may have been his last year.
23. I would agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Only because, yes, I know they got to the semifinal. They got out to the Rose Bowl and lost to Michigan.
In overtime.
But that may not have been one of the best talented teams he's had at Alabama. Depth-wise, they didn't have a ton of depth that year. The quarterback position was adequate. It wasn't exceptional.
You say adequate. I mean,
it got the job done. But look, it had to be adequate because it got him at least to the semifinal. It got him in to the postseason.
When Milroe was on, he was special. When he was off.
But the talent level wasn't great.
Yeah.
And yes, they recruited a bunch of great guys, but, recruiting is a crapshoot sometimes because they don't always work out. Yes, you can get a 5-star, but sometimes the 5 stars actually, they get to campus and, they're a 1-star. They're not all that great. Kalen DeBoer walked into that situation. Yes, there was some talent there, but it wasn't this deep bag of talent that Alabama was used to having back, when Kirby was there. And
most of it went to Ohio State.
Well, yes,
I mean, they're still living off of it.
Yes, Julian Sayin, Caleb Downs. Yeah,
I mean, he had some young talent. They just went to Ohio State.
Yes, and the depth along the offensive line was not as good.
Yeah, the 23 year, I agree wholeheartedly that was Nick's best year. Coach Saban's best year of able to do that with
yes, it really puts it into perspective how good of a coach he really was.
There are two other SEC schools that have a worse rushing game than Alabama, and those two schools are South Carolina and LSU. And I mentioned LSU. LSU has the worst rushing attack in the entire Southeastern Conference.
Oh, but they had the best offensive line that Brian Kelly had ever had going into the year.
That's exactly where I was about to go.
Best offensive line ever.
But they fought. You remember the last time we saw Oklahoma against LSU? They gave them everything they wanted.
All right. Mick Hedgepeth is going to give us everything we want on the UAH win last night. We're going to hit the pause button on the football talk next.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
College football tonight, Alabama playing in the opening round of the playoff. They earned a 9 seed, and they'll be on the road to face the Oklahoma Sooners, who beat them back on November 15th, 23-21 in Tuscaloosa. Alabama entering the contest at 10-3, going 7-1 in SEC play, while the Sooners, they went 10-2 this past season. And the Crimson Tide are a 1.5 underdog on the road at Memorial Stadium, minus 105 on the money line. The Sooners are minus 115, and the over-under tonight is at 40.5. For VSiN.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Just like that, hour 2 is upon us. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Steve Moulton filling in for Drew DeArmond this morning on a Friday morning. SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center. They are dedicated to providing care that improves lives. 256-881-5151. If you want to experience the SportsMed difference, find them online, sportsmedalabama.com. They are the official medical providers for the UAH Chargers. And, of course, you can hear UAH all season long right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And if you were listening last night, the Chargers on the road in Clinton, Mississippi, where we are at, taking on Mississippi College. And they get it done inside the Golden Dome, 72-68. Quentin Tolles, 24 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from behind the arc. 12 of 14 from the free throw line. Thomas Allard, Matt Thurman chipped in with 13 apiece as the Chargers get it done on the road. Steve Moulton, and we welcome in the second-year head coach of the UAH Chargers, fresh off that hard-fought win last night over Mississippi College. Mick Hedgepeth, kind enough to wake up with us on a Friday morning here in Clinton, Mississippi. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Scott. Steve, how are you?
Good, Coach. That was quite the impressive performance, especially in the second half. Tell me a little bit about halftime last night, Coach.
Yeah, I tried to give our guys more, more answers than anything else, and just talk to them about staying the course. I thought we had gotten a lot of quality looks. We had done a pretty decent job taking care of the basketball. I think we only had 5 turnovers at that point. But we had taken, I think, 18 threes and 8 twos. So we talked a little bit about, hey, even though I think they've been really quality looks, let's try to have a bit more of an inside-out mentality. And I think our guys took on that challenge. And then defensively, obviously, DeMarcus Poe was really going and playing with a ton of confidence with 17 first-half points. So we just talked about, how we can make an adjustment or two defensively, especially with him, and really told our guys, it's a 40-minute game. Let's just continue to do what we do. And I thought our guys did a good job of just staying in the moment and, going out and playing a good second half.
Yeah, this team just keeps finding different ways to win ball games. I think last night you mentioned the second half, getting into the lane, going inside out, but a lot of it was getting into the lane and ending up on the free throw line. This team found a way to get to the free throw line 28 times last night, and that was a big reason, if not the reason, being able to pick up a road win.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's part of it as well on why you want to, force the issue a bit and get some paint touches. And obviously Quentin and Thomas carried the load in terms of our free throws. I think they had 22 of them. So, was proud of those guys just for doing that. It's not easy to drive it into traffic and shot fake and try to finish through people, but I thought they did a good job of that when we needed them to.
This is now 11 games into it, Coach, and the physicality, and the physicality last night too. It's boy, oh boy! It was basketball at this level of physicality when you were playing, Coach?
Well, you're talking to a guy who only posted up block to block and just wrestled people down there, so it was pretty physical.
Yeah.
We did very little, very few ball screens, and it was all posting up and rebounding. So it was pretty physical. I think, I do think that, well, first of all, I would say Mississippi College, a ton of credit to them in that regard. I mean, I thought they were the more physical team. I thought that was pretty clear by the rebounding numbers. They had 13 offensive rebounds against us, and Brody Davis grabbed 4 of those. Avon Johnson grabbed 3, and they really carved out space and rebounded out of their area well. I do think, big picture, to answer your question, I do think just having the charge arc and giving the offense, like, you just see very few charges anymore. I do think that has caused teams to realize, hey, if we just put our head down and drive it, like, we're going to get rewarded more often than not. So I think that has caused for some, just schematically, some more of a driving mentality that has led to increased physicality as well.
I can't get this picture out of my head now of a little guard driving into the lane and you letting him know that it's going to be a long night there in the paint if they keep driving into the lane.
Yeah, well, I was able to take a lot of charges back then again, so I was better at that than blocking shots or anything else. So it's way harder to do that now, just with some of the rules changes.
So do you try to teach that then with the bigs? Do you try to say, let's try to take a charge, or how do you then try to defend that then now in this day of game with that arc there?
Yeah, we talk a lot about just walling up and the rule of verticality and when to do that and when to help and when not to, because obviously if you help, now there's a free rebounder, which we ran into a little bit last night. So we talk about a lot of different situations when guys drive in there. But if you're the secondary defender, I mean, it is slim to no chance that you're going to be able to take a charge. you're going to have to be camped out in there for a while, and they're going to have to run right through your chest. So that scenario just doesn't happen very often.
Josh Gibson made his very first 3 in a Charger uniform last night, Coach, and he has been earning more and more playing time. What do you see out of Josh, Coach?
I see a talented freshman who is starting to go from that period of the college speed and physicality and being uncomfortable with that to being a little bit more comfortable with it. And we all go through that. It takes different periods of time to adjust. I know that it did for me. It took longer than this for me. It was really kind of back half after the new year of my freshman year. But I'm proud of Josh. You know, he's a worker. He's a great young man, and he's getting some opportunities here, and came in, made a big 3 for us, came in against Lee, had a big drive and finish. And I know that he's going to continue to improve on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, you got Josh Gibson out there as a freshman, but again, for the second straight game, you also have another freshman out there in Jordan Mabe, who got a second straight start there. We see a lot of moments from him as well. I mean, and when the game slows down for these guys, it'll even be even better. But I think it's impressive that 2 freshmen are out there getting a lot of minutes and a lot of things expected from them when they're on the floor.
Yeah, I think when you have to. Well, number one, those guys have earned it. You know, they've come in and played well, and Jordan, I think we've talked about him with his demeanor and his instincts and IQ, and he had a really tough challenge last night in guarding and attacking really old, physical, savvy post players like Judah Land and Brody Davis. So he had a tall order with them, but he obviously had the big drive and dunk that I think was a big momentum shifter in the game and gave us a big lift. So yeah, proud of Jordan and have a lot of trust in him. And he also does a very good job taking care of the basketball, which is something that our team has needed.
Well, that was with about 8 minutes to go, and the defense really clamped down big time for you guys, Coach. And just defensively, where do you think this team stands right now? Because what I think was it 8 points in the final 8 minutes. Is that right, Coach?
I believe it was something like that. And, we were fortunate on some of those. I know they got a couple clean looks from 3 and clean looks at the rim that rattled out, and a big reverse layup, if I recall correctly, that kind of rimmed out there. But I do think that, our defense is continuing to just be more on a string, 5 guys, 1 unit, especially as we kind of make some adjustments to game. That's not always easy to do, but I think that we're getting more comfortable and being able to communicate more and think less, which is just going to allow you to move quicker and be more disruptive. So I think that we're continuing to improve. And like I've said all along, we're just with so many new guys and a couple freshmen, as you mentioned, and a lot of guys this is their first year in our program. I've always believed back to this summer that this team may have some growing pains, and we also have the chance to improve a lot throughout the course of the season. And I think we're seeing some small steps in that direction. It's not just going to happen. We're going to have to make it happen. But I think that possibility is still there. So I'm excited about that.
Well, now the challenge becomes Delta State. Short turnaround time. That is something that you get accustomed to here in the Gulf South Conference. And it's another road challenge, another tough venue, another tough building, and a team that presents a whole entirely different challenge yet again.
Yeah, I don't have fond memories of Delta State. Going back to our game at their place last year, I think they made 15 threes and we made 5, and that was a back and forth game all the way to the end. And then in the conference tournament, I would have to go back and look and see how many turnovers we had, but I remember not being able to get the ball in bounds against them with their press, and even in the half court side out of bounds situation. So I think we had like 20 turnovers or something like that. So that they make the game really hard. It will be a different challenge. All of their guys can shoot from 3, which is always when you play those types of teams, present some, decisions that we have to make on the defensive end. And then they'll press a lot. So it'll just be a different type challenge than we faced with Mississippi College. I think it'll also be a battle of tempo. We like to play a bit faster than Delta does, so hopefully we can run a little bit.
Well, obviously that'll be the challenge on Saturday, a road game with Delta State for UAH, and Coach, after Saturday though, and I know there's only one more game left. But this is the difference, and we say it all the time. And just so that our listeners know, this is the difference between Division I and Division II. They're going to keep playing on during this holiday break, but after Saturday, you guys do get some much needed downtime.
Yeah, it's a Division II rule. You have to take a week off here, and I hope that this comes at a good time for our team. I know we've kind of had the injury and illness bug a little bit here, so hopefully it gives some guys a little bit of time to rest and recover and recharge and get ready for a big home stretch here, January through March. So I think all of us are excited to have a little bit of time away, but I think we're also excited to get back and to kind of get in the heart of this conference race here.
All right, Coach. Well, we thank you for waking up with us this morning. It was, I know it's tough coming off a night game like that. It's late and everything, but we appreciate you waking up with us.
Oh, I've been up, guys. This is mid-morning for me. So I appreciate you guys waking up for me.
That's a good call right there, Coach. That's an excellent call right there.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks. Mick Hedgepeth, kind enough to join us for a few minutes this morning.
The old switcheroo. By the way, I did see one of his assistants down in the lobby. I don't think Josh Henschel sleeps. I think he just is down in the lobby just breaking down tape at 3 a.m.
I think he's got like a lab. He's like this little evil genius that has this lab at home that all he does is just study defense constantly.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Now, I do know when I'm on the court and I'm next to the bench, he'll come over and he'll want to check out the stats monitor.
Yeah. Well, when he's at UAH, he's got his little computer that he doesn't have it on the road, but when he's at UAH, he's got his defensive stats, everything.
I enjoy being on the floor. I really do.
Well, you'll be there. Well, no, you will not be there at Delta State. You got a little catbird seat.
Yeah, that little perch there at Delta State.
You're not as high as Spraggins.
No.
Not as low as Mississippi College.
It's a nice look. It is.
Well, look, I'll say this, and shooters in basketball love backdrops. A lot of them get comfortable with certain backdrops and depth perception and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi College is a hard place to shoot in.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. We have seen UAH
Think of the
teams.
Epcot Center.
Yep.
Think about trying to play basketball inside the Epcot Center.
With an echo all night long. And then you've got some weird visions behind the backboard. Delta State is another place that is very hard for our UAH team to shoot at over the last few years. It's just tough venues. And UAH was able to get a win last night in one of those tough venues. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Alan Sharpe's women team. They get it done as well. He'll join us at the bottom of the hour. And it's always fun to hear from from Coach as well. All we got to do is say 22 with him.
Well, 22.
22. That's all we got to say for him, and he'll take it from there. They gave up 22 points in the first quarter. He's not going to be happy.
That's right.
He's not going to be happy about that as well. All right, we got to get a break in. When we come back, Nick Saban. Oh, boy. Nick Saban had some kind words to say about James Madison yesterday. One, Drudy Armand.
When do pitchers and catchers report?
Drudy Armand said they have no business being in there. And if you ask Drew if he's going to watch Oregon and James Madison, you get... Nick Saban agrees. We'll explain next, or he'll explain next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned or bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead, ran away, and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
The Tom Abraham Show. Weekdays beginning at noon on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV.
Welcome back. Talking Ball 822, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Steve Moulton filling in for the illustrious Drudy Armand, who's headed to Battle of the Board. High school basketball tournament down there in Orange Beach with Huntsville High basketball. So they're headed to the sun. It's sunny here.
And according to Drew, they're going to be there until Monday.
Yeah.
That's when the championship.
That's the expectations. Expectations of good teams, right? I mean, if you are good, you deserve to be there. James Madison doesn't deserve to be there.
in the college football playoffs, according to some all across the country. That is the narrative. True. I mean, that's the narrative that a lot of people are saying across the country. Yes. Tulane, I think, is getting a pass because Tulane was from the American Conference, and I think people respect the American Conference a little bit better than James Madison.
Well,
a little bit.
If one of these teams wins tomorrow,
James Madison has no chance.
No chance.
They have no chance. No chance.
What? They're a 21-point underdog, 3 touchdown underdog.
Yeah. They have no chance in getting it.
Hey,
no chance.
I would like to believe we all want to watch good college football. I would like to believe that.
Or don't think so. So yesterday, Pat McAfee, Nick Saban. Nick Saban joins Pat McAfee. Usually, he joins them the day before College Game Day on a Friday. Well, College Game Day is going to be in Norman, Oklahoma tonight for the Alabama-Oklahoma game. So Pat McAfee, and it's going to be at Texas A&M tomorrow morning. They're doing 2 game days this week. They're going to be in College Game Day tomorrow, and they're in Norman tonight. Pat McAfee had Nick Saban on yesterday. And Nick Saban says this about James Madison being in the college football playoffs.
And look, would we allow the winner of the AAA baseball league, the international league, whatever they call it, I don't even know the name of it, would you let them in the World Series playoffs?
I don't think they do. No, I don't think.
No, they don't. But I'm saying, but that's the equivalent of what we do when JMU gets in to the college football playoff and Notre Dame doesn't. I mean,
there you go. That he equates James Madison to be in a AAA football team, and that they really should not be in the college football playoffs at all.
It's hard to disagree. It really is hard to disagree. And I know after talking to Ivan Maisel, who's a committee member for the CFP, he talked about, well, the group of 5 would sue and for the right to be in. And I just I get it from that perspective as well, of so many of these institutions have put so much money into these programs. They are looking for a payday. And honestly, Tulane got it. James Madison got it. And kudos to them. But
people are responding, and people are giving Nick Saban a hard time. And you read some of the reactions to the comments, and people say, well, look, James Madison didn't make it in over Notre Dame. They made it in over Miami. They made it in, and then there's people that say, well, Alabama shouldn't have been in. And so then Notre Dame would have gotten in because Alabama didn't deserve to be in.
Yeah. I was surprised Alabama did not drop in the final rankings. I thought Bama was going to be 10th. I thought they were going to be the last team in because of the conference championship loss. But it didn't affect them. It affected BYU. But in the end, I want to see some good football. I do.
I think you'll see it tonight, and I think you will see it tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. But I think Tulane will. I think Tulane, because John Summerall's still there and everything else. I think Tulane will give Ole Miss. They could give Ole Miss some fits. The interesting thing there is how does Ole Miss respond to losing Lane Kiffin? Can Pete Golding, because it's a lot different.
I was looking for all the billboards here in the state of Mississippi, weren't you?
Yeah. But I think it's different. Pete Golding, obviously, just as a defensive coordinator, your in-game thought process is just on the defense.
Yeah.
They're going to face some adversity, Ole Miss will, at some point in this game, because teams do at some point. How does Pete Golding navigate Ole Miss through adversity for the very first time as a head coach? And it comes in the playoffs. How does he navigate adversity? How does he handle certain situations that he's never had to handle before?
And that's what we don't know.
Ever.
Yeah. That's exactly what we don't know. If there is some adversity in Oxford tomorrow afternoon, how are they going to handle it? And I'd like to, by the way, they got their play caller back at Ole Miss. Just for this run, he's going back to LSU.
That's
and
because
Charlie
Lane
Weiss
Kiffin
Jr.
was so kind to loan him to Ole Miss. So kind to loan him. He's due back in LSU, though, by midnight.
Yeah, if that pumpkin turns into
he's on a short.
If there is an upset and by the way, I can't imagine Tulane winning tomorrow. But if that does happen, I mean, this state that we're in right now.
Well, here's the thing. Tulane's already played Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, Tulane has a game plan. This did not work the first time. This
that
worked
was like
well the
45
second
to
time.
17. That was a blowout.
Yeah. I mean, the James Madison Oregon game, put that to the slaughter. I mean, that's why they threw that to the slaughter. They just said, hey, look, the NFL's on.
They gave them prime time.
Well,
yeah, I know.
I mean, and they put it on TNT or whatever, because remember, TNT, TBS now has
why
two
they
of the
don't
games.
do two games two games today and 2 games tomorrow because of that NFL monster doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't have a say in what the worldwide leader does, their own, that and TNT.
Well,
setting.
I mean, the rest of America think ESPN created all of this. They created the college football playoffs. They created college football as a whole. I mean, we wouldn't have college football if we didn't have ESPN.
The further we go along on this journey, the more I'm thinking about Mike Leach's comments about, committees and putting a playoff together. And I miss me some Mike Leach.
Oh, anyway, 8:30 on a Friday morning. It's been entertaining. It's been fun. We've been getting you ready for the college football playoffs tonight, Alabama, Oklahoma. Don't forget, as you make your way home from Redstone Arsenal and you're sitting in that 565 traffic at 4:00 in the afternoon,
you got something to listen to.
You're going to be able to listen to the Crimson Tide Sports Network as they will hit the airwaves at 4:00. So
that's right.
If you're out doing holiday shopping before the Alabama game and you want to venture out to the zoo that will be Bridge Street or anywhere else, because remember, this is your last Saturday for Friday and Saturday for holiday shopping. Crimson Tide Sports Network will come your way at 4:00 before tonight's 7:00 game.
No show today, Wes. There's no show today, Wes. No show.
At least he showed up yesterday.
We did talk for a little bit, yeah. We had a good old conversation yesterday.
It's Wes's time.
Oh, absolutely. No.
Yeah. You're just glad you get him sometimes for 120 minutes or
sometimes
10 minutes or 15, as long as you get him, right?
How long are we on for today?
Got to get a break in. When we come back, Alan Sharpe, UAH head women's basketball coach, will join us in Mississippi. They're somewhere here in Clinton, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll join it next. Women get it done last night over the Choctaws as well. We'll get Coach's thoughts next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. A chilly afternoon expected across the Tennessee Valley for this Friday. High temperatures will only warm into the mid and upper 40s. We'll continue to see mostly sunshine heading into Friday night. Temperatures fall below freezing and will also continue to sit under a mostly clear sky.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation. Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. And with our Workhorse Special promotion, that new 255 CTL is just $73,655. But it's only good through December 31st. Prices increase in January, so lock in your savings now and take advantage of year-end tax benefits to maximize your investment. Don't wait. The best time to buy that new Cat 255 is today. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know, the holiday season is just around the corner. So come to Owen Home Appliance Center and get the complete Frigidaire kitchen. You buy the fridge, the range, and the microwave, and you get a dishwasher free. Or maybe you need a commercial kitchen for that huge family coming in for the holiday season. Let them help you with brands like Viking, Mealy, KitchenAid, Z-Line, and Cafe. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service. That's what Owen Home Appliance Center stands for. Just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship Game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Crazy about his striped as man.
Wow. Maybe we can say that about our next guest. I don't know. UAH women get it done last night on the hardwood over Mississippi College as they extend their win streak. How about that? 8 games, 5-0 in GSC play, 4 players in double figures. Freshman Ava McSwain, a season-high 18. Paris Opelt, 17. Mia Hollingsworth off the bench. All she does is shoot threes. She had 15. And then Bella White rounded out the double-digit scoring. But their head coach, kind enough to wake up with us as well in Clinton, Mississippi. Head coach Alan Sharpe joining us this morning. And no Drew DeArmond, coach. He is headed to the beach.
Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, so you get Steve Moulton and myself this morning holding court here in Mississippi as well. Congratulations on the win last night.
Appreciate you guys. When you were reading off those stats, if you would have told me 4 in double figures and Lily Wilkin wasn't one of them, I'd have said you're crazy. But wow.
Well, Coach, we've said that now. I think this is what 3? Is it 3 straight games that we've said that Lily Wilkin wasn't the lead? I know it was the case Saturday when we were back in Spraggins, and then it may have been the case on Thursday as well that Lily wasn't the leading scorer.
Maybe so, yeah. But you know, it's really good for our team that we have trying to get some belief that we have better balance than we once had early in the year. We were just watching Lily. There was 4 of them out there watching Lily play basketball early in the year, and she got it done. But we knew that we couldn't last very long like that. But a really good effort offensively from our group, just without her leading the way, and standing out there playing by herself. We really worked on that the last couple of weeks in practice and talked about it a lot, that we can't sustain it going down the stretch, because people are going to scout, people are going to make adjustments to do things to try to keep her from scoring so much. And really proud of Ava and Paris Opelt, and Mia gets off the bus making threes. I think Mia just get out of the bed and make a three. But it's really good to see those other ones score the ball.
Well, to that point, Coach, I mean, this is a heck of a streak that your women are on. And we just got through talking to Mick about this mandatory week off. I would imagine there is a big part of you that does not want to have a week off, Coach.
That is true. Because you always worry when they get back, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be the same? Now, there is part of us that, if you noticed, Ivy didn't dress out last night. Ivy tweaked her knee a few days ago. It was in the last game we played at home. She tweaked her knee a little bit, and it seemed like big of a deal, and it's really not, but she can't go. But there is an issue with maybe getting Ivy back healthy, maybe take a break, maybe get her back. But you are correct on that now. Like, let's see, you worry to death as a coach. Is it going to be the same when you get back? Because we are playing well right now, and scoring the ball, shooting it well, and you just never. Basketball's a fickle game, man. You never know from one game to the next what it's really going to look like, especially offensively.
Well,
Coach, I got to ask you too, and you mentioned that Ava McSwain, and she did have a great game last night, 18 points, the freshman from Good Hope, Alabama. And Coach, you put her in the starting lineup for a couple games there leading into conference play. She goes down to West Florida, does not have her best game, but that's her first conference game as a freshman, trying to understand the speed, the physicality of GSC play, but she does okay at Valdosta State. It seems like she was kind of at a crossroads where that happens for all freshmen. It's like, do I belong here? Do I not belong here? Can I play? Can I not play? And she seems to have responded in the right way.
Mm-hmm. Perfect description. That happens to many freshmen when they get to college, just trying to figure it out. And it was almost forced on her last night with Ivy being hurt, that, okay, it's time again. And boy, she made the most of it. And like I've always told you guys, like, she has all the physical tools to really be a great player by the time she's done at UAH. And just trying to figure out where she fits in the pace of play and where the shots come from, and learning how to guard people. It was just a lot of learning there in a short amount of time. But she really did well, and it just takes so much pressure, again, off of Lily to have someone else out there, because Ava's a little different than the others. The others are more, one-trick ponies, so to speak. They just kind of catch and shoot. And they can really shoot it. But Ava gives you another guard that can kind of create off the bounce and drive the ball and get to the basket and offensive rebound it. She's very Lily-like in some ways with her game. And, it sure does help when she can put it in the hole.
How is she taking being the bullseye, you think, Coach?
I think for the first time last night, I think it bothered her a little bit. It really did. Now, she's the ultimate teammate and team player. But I could tell, I remember going up to her after the half, and I remember telling her, and she looked kind of worn out. And I remember telling her, like, look, don't beat yourself to death now trying to get a bucket. Just be aggressive, but don't put so much pressure on yourself. And, of course, she said, yes, sir, I understand, I know. But it seemed like for the first time, it had her a little bit rattled last night. And she probably needed that, because that game was coming at some point. At some point it was coming where she wasn't going to get 20, 25 points, and it was going to be tough on her. And in a good way, that was a good thing that happened. So she did that, felt that, see what it feels like, knows that we can still get 89 points and she only gets 8. was in a good way. It was a good thing for our team.
Well, Coach, we've talked a lot about the offensive side of the basketball to start. The 18 points by Ava McSwain, Paris, Mia, Bella. We've talked a lot about that, but I know in the back of your mind, giving up 22 points in the first quarter, I know you're going to be looking at that and trying to figure out how do you get this defense to come out of the gates and put their foot down, because I've seen it, and we've all seen it. Fourth quarter, third quarter, this defense rises up. Second quarter, they play great. Something about that first quarter, though, in giving up points is seeming to be something we've seen from this team, though, over a couple games.
Yeah, after that first quarter, that time out after that first quarter, I was ready to take the ball and go home. I'd had it. I was about to blow the whistle and say, let's get out of here. This is ridiculous. But it kind of goes to, we talk about this a lot now. We're at a point here where we're going to get everyone's best shot. And I think, especially last night, they were almost playing outside of their mind now. You know, they came off a game against Montevallo where they only got 59 points. And here they are with 22 in the first quarter, and we had about had it. So we just kind of, you know, over the course of a 40-minute game, I think it kind of works itself out, and your defense kind of rises to the top, and you just fight through it and take that first blow early on. I think it'll be okay in the end. You know, they had perfect example. They had a player, number one, was 0 for 12 from the three on the season. And she goes 2 for 3 last night. And we try to guard people. Like, we really try to guard. We're into it, and we're trying to guard all the time. And the girl goes 2 for 3. And it's just to the point of, like, you're going to get everybody's best shot now. You just going to have to be ready, get into the scouting report, fight through it. When they throw in some shots they normally don't make, and you just hope that eventually over the course of the game, your defense will rise and it'll come through for you in the end.
Well, Coach, you got a big one coming up on Saturday at Delta State, the final two undefeateds in Gulf South Conference play. And historically, that is a building that has not fared too well for the old Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're trying to be careful about just finish the job here. You know, we're not ready for Christmas break yet. And because it's hard. Like, you're out here in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi, and there probably won't be a soul at the game, especially at the tip of the women's game. And it's Christmas break time. Everybody's ready to go. But let's make sure we're focused on the task at hand, and let's get this last one done. I think and I haven't even looked at it. I'll be honest, Nick and Summer have been looking at their stuff. I haven't even looked at Delta State yet. I'm going to, after I get off the phone with you guys, there's a Waffle House across the street. I'm going over there to Waffle House, and I'm going to get me a couple of eggs and maybe some country ham. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to start digging into Delta State a little bit. But we'll have.
Do you get a waffle?
Sure.
Do you go with a waffle as well, or do you go hash brown, smothered, covered, diced? I mean, what do we do?
I don't know. I'm trying to be careful with those carbs. Trying to be careful. I don't want to overdo it early in the morning, and then I'm not going to have any juice for practice this evening. I got to be careful.
Well, I know you're big into just the history of, especially with the women's program, something that has never been done. And you've already done a couple of things this year, Coach, of stuff that's never been done. The women have never won back-to-back games in Cleveland, Mississippi, and the ladies got it done last year, 56-50, but an opportunity. This is an opportunity, Coach.
Yeah, I know. I think that last year and this year, there's been a lot of neat little milestones accomplishments that we've gained through the last couple of years, and hopefully we can keep that thing going. But I can remember in Delta State, long before Union and the league, Delta State was the standard in women's basketball way back in the day, and have great tradition there. And they have some key returners this year. I think she is a good coach. The thing that is good, it looks like they don't score a ton of points. I think the pace is somewhat slow and conservative, which, if you see Union scores and they're getting 100 points, that scares you to death as a coach. Like, can we get enough points to score? The good thing about Delta State, I think their points have been low, which you feel a little more comfortable about being able to score the ball. So, or that they won't go nuts scoring the ball. But it'll be, let's just make sure we're all on the edge and we're ready for this last game, and we're not ready for Christmas break yet. Let's get one more and let's end on a good note.
All right. Well, we don't want to keep you from the Waffle House. So
we are not going to do that.
No, we're not going to. We got to make sure you get over there.
I love the way those guys work, man. When they call out those orders and those guys that take, how in the world? I love watching that. Like you talk about attention to detail and being focused. When that lady calls out that order and that guy's back there cooking, he's got 2 or 3 of them going. Like he's into it now. I'll probably use that with the girls, some kind of motivational speech before the game against Delta State about the Waffle House, how that thing works.
That's awesome. That's good, Coach. Well, safe travels up to Cleveland, Mississippi, and we will see you Saturday, 2:00. We'll be there right along with you guys.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
Thanks. Head coach Alan Sharpe of the women's basketball program joining us.
Both the men and women's game will be on Talk Radio, WZZN. That's our HD.2 channel. And it's a big game for the women, as it's 5-0 versus 5-0. It's Delta State, UAH, and that's that's an easy
as big as it gets for UAH this early in the season, because we said it last night. On the flip side, you come back from break and you got Union, who is
welcome back,
the definition of successful programs in the league. Yeah. And you got them coming back from the break. So if you find a way to get by Delta State.
And that's this is Coach Campbell's last year.
Yeah. So
as a head coach, he's staying on as athletic director. But
couple big games for the Chargers, and we'll have that one for you Saturday. All right, we got to get this final one in. When we come back, we'll wrap the week up. It's Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The road to the national title starts now.
Strike up the band and light them up.
The Crimson Tide looks to get revenge on the Oklahoma Sooners in the first round of the college football playoff this Friday.
Looking, Tide fires, catch, touchdown!
First round coverage starts at 4 p.m. on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy, Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit Christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your number one choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Coming up tonight, don't forget Alabama, Oklahoma, 7 o'clock kick.
Is that tonight?
College football playoffs. Apparently, it is tonight.
Okay. All right.
Because it is the last game for Kalen DeBoer as Alabama head coach.
Clearly.
If they lose.
Clearly.
If they lose, it's his last game as head coach. That's how it's going to go down.
What, they're going to rehire Mike Price afterwards, and everybody will be happy?
No, they're going to go get Urban Meyer.
What about Gus Malzahn?
He is available. You know who's not available is Will Muschamp. Muschamp is not available to be a head coach anymore, as he is going to be the Texas defensive coordinator. Back to where it all started. Well, not where it all started.
Well,
but
some of those memes of him as the Florida head coach still live on social media. They're fantastic. Like him just getting, just beside himself.
Yeah.
Be it at Florida, South Carolina. Name the school. I mean, where hasn't Will Muschamp been?
But remember, he was the Mac Brown's.
That's right. Coach in
waiting.
Remember when that was the thing? Coach in waiting. Because that was Texas's problem. They needed a new defensive coordinator. PK wasn't good enough. So I'm glad they got that solved there in Austin. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I don't, Steve Sarkisian.
Look, there was a lot of, I know, and Auburn fans, I know they remember.
Oh yeah,
when
on
they
the sideline.
When they bring Gus he brings Will Muschamp in, and the whole thing is wow, you've got the offense now of Gus Malzahn, you got the defense of Will Muschamp. This is going to be a dynamic duo. This is going to be so good, and it was good and great. It wasn't what anybody expected.
I see Joe Hunk in the studio right now. He's squirming. He's just like,
I'd squirm too.
Oh yeah, I see you there, Skippy. Yeah, I see you.
All right. Well, that was 2 hours.
Thank you, Drew. I hope we're now all square and even, and since I'm doing a solid for you.
Well, we can all rest easy now, because apparently Yahoo Sports is reporting, and on 3 Sports, that Arch Manning's going to take a pay cut next season to support the Longhorns' pursuit of a national title. Oh, college football.
But I thought he was going to get drafted by the Browns, and Nick Saban was going to go to the Browns.
Well, Nick Saban's going to coach Alabama next year after Kalen DeBoer gets fired after losing to Oklahoma.
No representation is made.